Hey, hello, howdy from Texas. How is everybody on our new night, our permanent night, our new time? We are going to have some fun tonight and see some of our new forms. Hey, Karen, Melissa, Liz, Catherine, Chandra. Welcome. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm trying to talk louder tonight. Wow, there's lots of people. We've got Georgia, Oregon, and Jekyll Island. Hey, Carla, Shelly. I do have one Facebook user. If you want to click the link up above. Colorado, Cindy Dormer. Hi, Deanne. Georgia.
That's Patricia.
Oh, okay. We've got Louisiana, and somebody says it sounds good. So, I have been working. Hey, Peggy. I have been working on these new forms, and oh, I must tell you, I am in love. So, what did we do on here last week? We took the Sweetie Pie Dual Drape, just the single form, and we used our stack of forms to make a different style of nested set with more flat sides. And I was going to glaze those tonight, but they weren't quite ready to go in the bisque. So they will go in the bisque. Let's see, I have a glazed kiln getting ready to start when we get home. So as soon as it comes out in 2 days, I will start the bisque so that next week we will glaze what we did last week. Hey, Kendra. Oh, Kendra, what am I saying? Jen and Judy. So next week we will do the glazing. Those didn't get done, but what I decided to do, I've had so many people say, what's the difference between a single and a double and a triple, or a single, a 2 deep and a 3 deep? It's the size, it's the height. Joanna from Georgia, hello. So tonight, we're gonna take that same exact shape that we did last week. The same Sweetie Pie shape. And tonight, we're gonna use a 2 deep or a double dual drape deep form, which I say gives the minimalist look. But I'm going to show you how you can use it without just that minimalist look, how you can use it as a bowl. And hey, Peggy, Barb, Sherry. So tonight we're going to take the same shape, that Sweetie Pie, and I'm actually going to pair it with the Sweetie Pie template and show you how you can take that and make it a bowl with a rim. And it's got that, you aren't set up to cast nut. I can't watch on my big TV. Oh, I am going to show you how the rounded bottom makes that beautiful bowl. Hey, Nancy. Deborah, Sylvia. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm sure a lot of you saw my video today. It was kind of just a fun and silly video, but showing the new forms that are coming out. We are spending tomorrow, because I have been diligently testing these forms. So tomorrow we're going to spend getting them up and live on the website, and they will be live for pre-order. We will not start shipping them until the 2nd week of September, which is what, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away? What's the 2nd week of September? Because we're already at the end of August. Or let me know what that date is. I'll let you know what that date is before we get off. Where do you go to order my products? That would be, Jen put a link down there, SharonHoppeDesigns.com. Thank you so much, Jen. These new 2 deep and 3 deep dual drape are not up there yet. Well, they're up there. I just haven't flipped the switch to turn them on. We will be doing all that tomorrow. Hey, Jill. We will be doing all of that tomorrow. And again, that's going to be for pre-order. And I'm waiting on a date, and I'll give you that date before long. 2 or 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 2. Okay, so
Monday the 6th is Labor Day, so it will be.
Okay, so Monday the 6th is Labor Day, so we will start shipping these pre-orders that week after Labor Day. So just know that when they go live tomorrow, we'll be sending out a post on that, and they will be pre-ordering, not to start shipping until after Labor Day, right after Labor Day. So what else can I tell you about them? Except I love them. Will they be sold? They're going to be sold in set, Sherry, as all of our other forms are, the 4-piece set and then the 3 larger ones. For now, it's a production thing. So how about the first thing we do? Let's see, what is it? Oh, I'm looking at my time and I'm going, oh my gosh, it's already 5:30. And I'm thinking, how are we doing this? But I forgot we moved our time. Any questions before I go into showing you that video where we start with the Sweetie Pie Dual Drape with a rim template? Oh, it's amazing. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Diane. I'm going to give it a second. I know there's a delay, so I'm going to give it a second and see if there's any questions. And if not, we're going to go into the first video. Remember, while the video is playing, stick those comments in there, and we will answer those comments as soon as we come off the recorded. Okay, so Kathy, if you ordered the pins and you haven't shipped, will you add the order for the drapes? Okay, so what I can say is probably not, and the reason being, these are in pre-order. They're not going to ship for several weeks, and we have most pin orders ready to ship. When we hold them, then it kind of holds up production, and the pins trying to ship with these drapes puts it in a whole different packaging. So it really isn't a savings on shipping for that kind of thing. So probably not. The new forms won't ship after Labor Day, so they would delay your shipping. Yes, Jen, exactly. So let's go ahead. Louisiana is in the house. Let's go ahead and start this first video so that you can see. Again, last week we used the single, and we still draped over, and we used just the forms, except for the last one, to make a nested set. Tonight we're going to do it totally different. So let's watch the video. Okay, here we go. So what I want to do is I want to take and create, using this dual drape, the deep dual. So I am using this Laguna B3. It is chocolate. We certainly don't want to eat it. We have all kinds. Can anybody hear? Hold on. Let me pause this a second. Is anybody able to hear this? I wasn't hearing it on my side.
I can hear it.
You could hear it? Oh. Okay, I'm going to go back to the video then. No worries. Okay, here we go. What I want to do is I want to take and create, using this dual drape, the deep dual drape dish. So I am using this Laguna B3. It is chocolatey good. We certainly don't want to eat it. We have all kinds of stuff on the back of this. So let's just compress this real quick. and get all the junk off that came off my wear boards. I think it's time to clean my wear boards. Okay, so here's this. I'm going to flip it back over to this side because I knew I would have that on there as well. So let's clean this up. And then I'm going to show you another way of using these dual drapes. I pretty much use them for everything. They are so versatile. This brown clay is so messy. Okay, so let me move this to the side for a second, right here. And I'm going to bring my banding wheel over with my board. If you have my banding wheel with the round and the thing in the middle, that is just as good. Or if you have the GR Pottery wah system, if you don't have it already, get my little insert for the wah. It's got the thicker peg to support my templates with his forms. If you're using his forms, by his permission to make those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sweetie Pie rim template and I'm going to put that on here. I'm holding my clay in one hand. And then I'm going to take my Sweetie Pie form. Let me set this down so that I can move. Take my Sweetie Pie form. Now, you can line this up either exactly the same. You can turn it. For this one, I'm actually going to line it up exactly the same. And what this does is this gives you a it won't move, it won't slip platform to work on. So, hoping, let me see, is that going to be big enough? Oh, my clay may not be big enough. Let's check this out. What I'm going to do is drape this over the whole thing. Oh, yes. I think we might barely make it. We are going to see what we can do. I am going to take my rib. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take a slightly damp, so slightly damp you can't even wring it. And I'm just going to bring it and get this all pushed down to begin with. Because this is going to be, oh, what an awesome bowl this is going to be. I'm going to show you how to get these nice, gorgeous, rounded insides. And again, I'm just getting this laid down. I'm not pressing very hard. Just getting it laid down around here. Now, what I do want to do is I want to get off some of this excess square because I don't want to run into it and slip things. So I'm going to use just my U-bolt and I'm just going to spin this around and take off this extra clay just to get it out of my way, just like that. Now, my whole work table is going to be a mess from this chocolate clay. Got to find a place. Let me put it on this plastic because I don't want it all over my work table. Okay, so here we go. So now I'm going to take my little bit of yellow or red rib and come down because I want to accent these in these little part of the shape. So let's take this down, bring this around, and I'm just spinning it on my banding wheel. If you don't have a banding wheel, that's okay. You can spin it. Let's put that on there. Okay, so there's that. So now, since it's going to be a little dish, a bowl, if you will. Okay, I'm going to come around here and I'm going to press up against my rim template just so that I can see it well. This side's not down. Get that side down, press it up against my rim template so that I can see it and follow the lines. That's why I made these a full 1/4 inch thick, so we can glide right around that. wipe away my little marks that I made because I made several. And then I think I'm going to put some cute little fun, funky feet. Fun, funky feet. That's what I'm doing. So, oh, God, this chocolate makes you want to have some fudge. But we don't want to mix our food with our clay, right? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, I wadded that up. Let me see if I can unwad that. I'm going to take this clay that I had. Move this aside. Whoa. Move this aside so you can see what I'm doing. I really don't want to put this here. Let me put it on this board because I don't want to put it on my table. It's already getting a chocolatey mess. I'm going to put this right here, kind of wipe it, and see if it's still soft enough for this to go in and give me a, oh, look at that. Now, what I can do, I just happen to have some cookie cutters, little ones right here. Oh, that's about perfect. I think I'm going to do that. And put one right there. Oh, that'll be cute. Okay, so what I need to do is do that same thing. Let me see. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ha! So 2 more times, 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. 3 more times. So I'm going to do that. Let me get me some clay, see if I can get enough out of what I laid down over here. I wadded up. Shame on me. Let me wipe that down. Look at that. Let me press it. See if I can get 2 out of this one. I probably can't because of my cookie cutter. So there's that one. And let me cookie cutter it, kind of get it straight. It would also be really cool to actually take your needle tool or your knife and go right around these edges. So thick side to the inside. Oops, right there, there, and there. So we're going to put 4 on here. May have to go grab some more of this chocolate clay because I think I only have enough for 3. And if I only have enough for 3, well, maybe we'll just change where we put those. We could always change where we put those, right? Our pot, our way. There's that. Let me cookie cutter that. And let's see. Maybe our pot, our way. Move this stuff out of the way. Maybe what we'll do is go there and there, about there, there, and there. That's still not going to do it. Well, we're going to just kind of go there and there. 2, 2, and 1. That's okay. We're just going to have it like that because I don't know. Not going to take time and go find some more clay. So let me move this. Bring this back over here. Get this out of my way. Okay. So here we are. Oh, well, what we're going to have to do is make this. Maybe we go on those 2 and in the middle. Hey, there we go. There's 3. That makes it a little more even. We'll just do it like that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and score the back of this. Get this all scored. my good XM scoring tool has grown legs. I have no idea where it went. So we are just going to go this direction with it. Where was this one? It was right here. I'm just going to set those there so that I know where they're going to go so that I can score them in. And I want to get this really good so that it will stay. Now this clay is fairly wet. So let me put this down. And put that right this way. Let's put it this way. There we go. I'm going to leave that one right there. And I'm going to score this one. My pot keeps spinning on me, so I have to refigure it out every time. But that's okay. Maybe we like a better look. So now I'm just scoring this. And I'm just putting a little magic water, slippy water on it. And let's put that right there and see how these look. I go there, let me go right here. Maybe right there. Okay, so I'm going to dry this so I can see. Now that I can see where that is, I'm going to sit there and score this. So I have a good bond here. And this is thin. I could have made this a lot thicker. But I chose not to because I wanted to use what I had. So I do this one. Get this all scored really well because I want this to stick good. Look at this yummy clay. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the most magnificent bowl. Oops. Let's put some little slippy magic water on that. Okay. Put that in there. Bring this one around. I'm going to score where this one was. The beauty of wetting your piece to see where you want to score. Leaves no guesswork. Score that a little bit more because it's been a bit. Put my little magic water in there. That one kind of dried a little bit. And then if you notice, I kind of am taking that big part to the inside, and I probably should have thought about that and brought it to the outside. Now, I'm going to take this and just kind of tap it, play the drums, but that's going to kind of tap it down, help it bond, help it join, and help it level and not stick to my template. Okay, now I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to go around this and make sure, hold on, make sure any excess is off of there. And just like that. All right, now what we need to do is simply, I want to make this, I was going to cut this loose, but I have no texture on this. So I really want to come in and get this cupped in. I want that accented really well to give it that shape of the form. So I'm really kind of bringing this in, making it really awesome. take this slab to Fabulous. It is going to be fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to go around the whole thing just to blend it where I've accented. So right around the whole thing, and take my sponge. Let me bring out my sponge. Look at this already. Oh my gosh. Already this is gorgeous. I'm going to come around. Now my sponge is barely damp. You can see the little bit of wet. That's just because I have the water on my hands, but I can't even really wring that out. So I'm going to come around this, get out all my marks really quickly. And now, whoo, this clay is dirty. Now I'm going to take my needle tool, and you can see the rim under there because it's nice and thick. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to simply turn my wheel and guide around here. And follow this along and have a beautiful rim on this dual drape minimal look form and give it a whole different look. Let me put this over on the plastic. I don't want that all over my work table. Oh, yum yum. Oh, that is fabulous, guys. That is fabulous. Look at that. The bottom matches the rim, and it's all rounded, and so there's no deep line in there. This is a double. This form is a double, so there's no lines inside either. Oh gosh, this is just fabulous. Okay, see all that brown clay? Okay, so let me tell you, this form, or where did, oh, it's under there. That is, I believe, the 9.5-inch form with, I think, the 12-inch template from what I can tell with it on here. Now, what we're going to do is leave this set for a minute, let it set up a bit, and then I will pick it up off the board here so that I can put a little spacer piece of wood under there. I have one laying around because I want this to slightly curve down so that when it fires, it will come back flat. But oh, this is going to be so fabulous. Okay, I have let this set up a bit in my muddy clay hands. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this just to show you what it's going to look like and what I would do from here. So I'm just going to put, just happens to be a smaller of the same template just because I have it here from last week. I'm going to set that on, and I'm going to flip this over so that the peg and everything will pop right off. And then here's my bottom template. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you can see already what this dish is going to be. And so what I want to do is I'm going to flip this back over I'm just going to stick a piece of wood under here. Actually, put this on, flip this back over, and take this off. Now, I don't want this, I want this to be pretty straight across for my rim, but I'm going to put it down just a hair, so that when I fire it, it'll slump back up to level. But look at this. I mean, is this not going to be amazing? And I'll flip this. I'm going to let this sit like this till these sides set up just a bit more. And then I'll flip this over and I'll show you how easy these forms pop right out of here. And what a gorgeous rounded bottom dish you get. And again, This is the dual drape. I use the Sweetie Pie. I use the Sweetie Pie 12-inch rim template, and I use the Sweetie Pie brand new dual drape 2 deep. No, this is 3 deep. 2 deep. This is the 2 deep form. So let's give this a bit, and we will flip it and finish it. Okay, what do you guys think of that? So with this format, I'm actually able to answer some of the questions along the way, but in case people were watching the video and not seeing, the Clay Bodies Laguna B3, it is Cone 5.6 compatible with B-Mix. I've actually mixed the two, believe it or not. Let's see. Rachel asked, do I need a flower in the middle? If it were any larger, yes, I would put one in the middle, but those flowers were so big and they were so thin. Had I had more clay with me at the time, I would have actually made them thicker. I noticed, I think somebody, Melissa, said you could make them thicker right about the same time I said it in the video, like mine's. Yes, thicker would have also been nice, but I wanted to keep it a low profile. But certainly bigger would be awesome as well. And let's see. Now, and Misty, that clay does have a grog to it. It is gritty, which is why I used my sponge very, very wrung out, and so that I didn't bring that grog to the top. But it is grittier than the B-Mix for sure. And let's see, any other questions that I missed? I don't think so. So let's do this. I think I have another video. This is going to be just the reveal. I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning, I switched clays on you just to change things up. But these smooth, rounded bottoms just are so yummy, and in this dark clay, it's just so messy. But let me show you what this is going to look like once it is flipped over. So let me tell you first, what I did was I took this outside on my front porch and set it outside in the sun and let it stiffen up. And I have found that that works really, really well. So that's what I did. So let's take a look at what happens when it comes out. Do you have a picture of the form? That form, of it out of the form. You know what? Let me see, but I'm going to show it to you right now on this next video. And then there will be a picture on the website with that Sweetie Pie 2 deep form tomorrow. So let me see. You're going to see it right here. Okay, are we ready for this fabulous reveal? So I took this outside on my front porch, let it set in the sun, and it's pretty stiffened up. So I'm going to take and just put this over. It happens to be a template, but I have a lot laying around. You could use a template or a wear board. I'm going to flip this over, take this one off. Remember, we just put an extra piece of wood under there so that we could let this kind of come up. And what I want to do is make sure this is just going to pop right out. Barely any clay on that. That's popped right out. And oh my gosh, look at that dish. What I'm going to do, I mean, look at this. There are no lines in there. There is nothing. I want to see if I can move the shadow or from where the form was. so that you can see how they're like nothing. It's just a shadow. I can't get that out. It's a shadow. But look at that. There's no lines down there or nothing. And what I'll do is I'll come around here now and just hit the top of this with my sponge. This brown clay is a little more groggy than my regular B mix. So I don't want to sponge a lot because I don't want that grit coming up to the top. But let me see if I can show you the depth of that. Look at that. And stick my hand in it. The bottom side of that, look at that. Let me put this back on it. Put this in. Oh my goodness. Now, I chose, because I'm trying to show you these forms, I chose not to texture this. You could texture it, or you could use just gorgeous clay. Or when this is done, okay, are we ready for this fabulous reveal? So I took this outside. So that is our bowl. Oh, I better not pick it up that way. Whoops. That was not smart, Sharon. I thought I had a hold of the bowl. I'm going to pop that just a little so it goes back down. Beauty, beauty, beauty. That's fabulous. That is the same shape we used as last week. This is the Sweetie Pie. I used a 12-inch rim and the 9.5, I believe, double, 2 deep, dual drape deep. And look, oh my gosh, look at that. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm at my son's shop, and his main breaker has blown twice since we've been here. So we just shut down all the AC and everything. So hopefully this won't happen again today anyway. So what did you think? Leather hard. Sorry, it's that quiet. Oh, no problems on the questions. Okay, so what I did was I took that out on my front porch in the sun. Now, mind you, we are in Texas. It's been raining off and on for days, and the humidity is very high. In fact, I think it rained a couple of times. So I think it sat out there about 30 minutes to stiffen up enough for it to be a nice leather hard so that I could take that form out. And did you notice how that form just popped right out? That material is the highest grade material you can buy. It is exterior grade, and so it really works against or to avoid the moistures, and therefore there is no sticking whatsoever. That stuff just pops right out. So it was, I think it sat out there about 30 minutes, but you would have to check your area. And what I do is just wiggle it to see if it's nice and leather hard. Now, what I have done after this, I made my videos. What I have done is I have taken it and I've turned it on its bottom, and I put weight bags in it because I wanted it to stay flat, and I just threw a piece of plastic lightly over the top of it, and it'll stay that way. That clay was a little, well, it was probably maybe a hair more than a 1/4 inch thick, but I'll let it stay that way for a day, and then I'll pull the plastic off. And I haven't had any warping. I don't know if it's because of the way I roll my clay on my slab roller, but I don't just put the clay down there and roll it through and back and call it done. I start at a really high setting and I roll the clay back and forth, and I turn it a couple of times and back and forth, and turn it a couple times and back and forth. So it gets rolled back and forth probably 5 or 6 times. So it's super compressed. Let's see. So I answered that. Love it. It's fabulous. I love how well designed your forms are. Awesome quality. Oh, thank you so much. I'd love to thank you by name, but I see Facebook user. Who is that one?
No, it's Joanne Davis.
Joanne. Thank you so much, Joanne. Any other questions? I think that, yep, that is the end of it. Any other questions? And now remember, last week we used just the singles, and you saw the depth of the nested set. And this week, I used the double. My slab de fabbers in our group, after this, we're going to use a triple, a 3 deep, and do something really fun with. So, how are you going to glaze it? Blue? Probably not blue on that dark clay. I may even just do it with clear. I don't know. We're going to see. Throw your suggestions out there. We will probably glaze it on the air and see what you all come up with. Oh, okay. So somebody asked, I mentioned a spacer. A spacer is simply an extra form, a piece of wood, anything that when you flip it over, you can put underneath that form so that instead of your rim just being flat, because then when you flip it and fire it, that flat rim could actually slump down. So it's just to set a little piece of wood under there so you can actually give your rim a slight angle down so that when you flip it and bisque fire it, if it slumps down at all, it'll slump to where it should be. Do what? If you need extra pieces for spacers, if you don't have anything laying around your house, let us know. We can stick some up there on the website. But really, any old piece of wood that you have laying around, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, depending on how much of an angle you want your rim to have, is what you would use. It's a total your preference. Let's see. Opalescent Sea Spray on Kentucky Mud Brown. Ooh, see, now I don't have that. I may have to, Melissa, Opalescent Sea Spray. Show us, post a picture or show me a picture or message me a picture of what that looks like. I may have to go grab some. Textured Amber, I do have. Time to Focus, I love that. And let's see, who addressed the going to miss you're not selling individuals?
Stacy, now the doubles and triples will be available singly.
The doubles and triples will be available singly. The singles are not, but these are just the forms. So the forms, the biggest of the 4-piece set is only 11 inches. Because again, these are just the forms, so they're smaller. So the largest size is 11 inches. Which should fit most kilns. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? Okay, well, that is it for this evening. That'll give me a second to run downstairs and get ready for my next live. We will put a post out before these go live or when they go live. And remember, it's pre-order. They won't start shipping until right after Labor Day, but they should be shipping right shortly after that. So, thank you guys for joining us. Love having you, and we will see you next week.